Hey guys. So I went to get some of my favorite pizza. I went to Rose Pizzeria. It's my favorite pizzeria. And I kind of wanted to just talk about something because I feel like I finally found words to put to it. And I wanted to, like, so I think some people think I'm like some new sad girl. They're like, oh, things happened to me and now I've changed and I've become a sad girl. And that's not the case. I've always been a sad girl. Um, I have not liked my situation in my life for a very long time. And it wasn't because I was like super poor and I had all this trauma. It was more like I was a person who was very, how do you say it, exposed to society in the way that it is. Like, I think the only other person I could really compare would be like Angelina Jolie. And not even because she grew up in Hollywood, just because I feel like she's cared about social issues for a while where other people just haven't. Like, you can literally watch her career for the past like 20 years, and while other people stayed quite silent on shit, she's been out. Like, she's been a global ambassador for like 20 years. Just shit that other people just didn't give a shit about. She was like there. She was there, and I feel like I've been that person, so I just have known shit, and I just cared about things other people just didn't give a shit about. Whatever. Um, I am not sitting here encouraging you to care. If you didn't give a shit yesterday, don't give a shit today. But, um, I, personally, have been like a sad girl for a while. Um, and I've known I was never gonna get a happy ending for a very long time. And I just want to make that a reality because, um, lots of people are out here promoting marriages, promoting babies. Some people are genuinely happy. I think my friend Camille is genuinely happy. I think a lot of people who are in marriages are not. And I just want to be here as a person who's known I wasn't going to be happy with that for a very long time and normalize the adulthood after that. Like, everyone tries to criminalize it, like, oh, well, be sad with your cats in your house. Okay. There are people out here, and we have like journals. Like, I don't like cats, so that's not me, but journals and wine and music and dancing and being alone, that's me. Other people, especially men in society, are gonna hate you for being that person, especially if you have like some beauty or something. They just feel like they're entitled to it. They're not. They're not. And I just think it's important for you to start moving forward with your life for the real acknowledgement that like they're never gonna accept you. They're always gonna demonize you. And there are others like us. There's a community, right? Or people like us who live in society. We're just not like them. We don't have fairy tale endings, okay? And some shit I just think is really weird. Now, let's talk about Kanye West and his little statement about, well, I love supermodels. Kanye West doesn't love supermodels. Look at his track record. He's never dated a supermodel, ever. Julia Fox is she's a very unattractive white woman. I didn't want to like make a whole video about this because I felt like I want to give white men an opportunity to exist in society without demonizing all the things that they love. And like Kanye West too, like he didn't grow up in fashion. He didn't grow up around beauty. He kind of grew up around. I think he grew up maybe around like technology. Sounds like he grew up in Asia. I don't think he was ever able to, like, a good person to look to for this would be like Lucas Shabbat, that guy, the black kid from Grownish, who's like Zoe's boyfriend. He grew up around supermodels. So if you want to know a person who like is like who has like an affinity to like really beautiful people, go see who the people who, because I've seen his Instagram. And I've seen the people who he's like naturally attracted to. Like he's in a whole bunch of photos of like Justine Skye with other supermodels. I feel like I've seen him in a couple of photos with what's that Habesha supermodel I'm always talking about? He's in a couple of photos with her. Like people that I have made videos about, he's really in photos with them. Like he will like literally be in like fashion spaces around supermodels. Julia Fox is not a supermodel. That's a very unattractive woman who, because of celebrity status, has like now just been a like she's like a proximate to fashion, but she's not pretty. And it's not like she has a great fashion sense. She doesn't have a great face, and she's not very tall. So in terms of like her ability to like transition like genuinely into fashion, it's not happening. And even if you look at his like past, we're talking about Ye here. Kim Kardashian is not fashion. She has literally like just done all the possible things that you could do to be like perfectly proximal to the beauty standard, getting all the plastic surgeries, going to all the fashion shows, knowing all the right people, dressing in the appropriate attire. Like she just like did everything that you could possibly do to put yourself in close proximity to fashion. But no part of her, as she was genetically born, go look at there's a ton of videos where people look at like her genetics, the way that her family looks. They are not fashion models. They are not actually attractive people. They aren't beautiful people. Her Armenian family is like extremely unattractive, including her mother. If they didn't have plastic surgery, they would have literally nothing. They bought their faces, and they bought them based on the beauty standard. Now you can do that too. If you want to buy your face, feel free. That has nothing to do with you still not being like proximal to the beauty standard. Centuries have gone by, it isn't changing. So what you can do is, if you can make a lot of money, leave a trust fund for your kids so they can get plastic surgery too. Or you can literally do what Kim did, and she just like genetically bred her children with like attractive black. Well, Kanye West is not attractive, but given like Kim's ugliness and Kanye's ugliness together, they have produced something better than what they were. Which is like their children are not unattractive by any means. They're not like super fashion forward because they're not like tall or anything, but they're not like abhorrent. They're not like extremely ugly. So together they did better than they could do alone. And we'll just leave it at that. Because some people have done worse. Kimora Lee and her family, like as you see in her progeny, are very unattractive. Like there's like one, the Asian one with the like the straighter hair. She's like more attractive than the other one who went to Harvard. But she's had some very unattractive children. So when people are always talking about mixed race children come out more unattractive than just plain purebred children, this is why I claim Slytherin over everything else. The way that the racial ethnicities have played out, purebred people look better. On average, like 99% of the time, 100% white, 100% Asian, 100% Latino, 100% black people are way more attractive than mixed race people. They just look busted. On average, like black American people are very unattractive. Everyone can say what they want. Look at the pictures for yourself. Look at Lupita Nyong'o, and let's just use the most popular ones right now. What, Shuri, the girl Shuri, Leticia Wright. They're those two women who don't even they don't even do anything that's like sexually promiscuous. They're not doing anything. They like literally just go out wearing like normal clothes, and they're like way more attractive than like Sweetie, Tinashe, everyone out. They're the only people that I would even consider on the same playing field with them would be like Rihanna and Beyonce. And they're like anomalies because also Rihanna is like, you can say what you want, but she's 100% black. Both of her parents are black. So, and it's the same thing with Beyonce. The only person I could possibly say is like, okay, this is a very attractive biracial person is Gugu Maru or whatever. Gugu, whatever her name is, she's very pretty. I think that Zendaya is also very pretty. Those are two examples. Two. There aren't any others. All of the others that we've seen in the mainstream media are like busted. So. I totally had a point to this. People are out here who don't want to participate basically in the mainstream bullshit. And I think you guys, you don't have to think of us as like your enemy. And we don't have to be a part of your narrative. Like, you can just live over there, and like, we can just live over here. And you don't, nothing has to like cross paths. I also like to say, like, whatever, like, you know, weird form of society that people want to place me in, I'm not a member of the LGBTQIA plus // community, so I'm simply a black female, a black single female living in society. That's what I am. So, this is a new group, okay, that you have to identify. I am 2,000 videos in now, so if you want to know what that experience is like, go back to video 1 and just move from there. We believe in Empress Kelly stamps. I'm totally kidding, kind of. But it has nothing to do with like liberalism. Sorry. Woo. I'm like getting over my cold. It has nothing to do with like transgenderism. Woo! Woo! Oh my god. It will have to be in like a day or like a week from now. We'll get over this. It has to be at the wit's end, bro. Guys, I got 2 things at once. Like, it just never happens to anyone. Except for me. But I think it's because the people at my job had gotten, like, grossly sick and they just kept coming in. I mean, they were, like, deathly sick and they just kept coming in. And then on the day before I got deathly sick, they assigned me with, like, cleaning the bathrooms. I think all of it together was just like, Olivia, you're gonna get the right of this. So, I know that I'm not contagious anymore, because like the last day that I was contagious was the 1st. Because I went to go see a doctor. I'm not just telling you this by my own whims or anything. Like, I always go get tested for shit. I talk to doctors. I'm not just making this shit up. Okay. Anyway. Yes. So this has nothing to do with, like, the LGBTQ community. It has nothing to do with transgenderism. It also has nothing to do with religion. It's just more about, like, we also haven't seen just, like, adult females in society who talk. I feel like there's a lot of other people who like to talk for black females. I don't know why people are so concerned with telling our stories. There's all the black men on YouTube who like to put on wigs and be like, we are black women. I think those are gay men, and they should continue to do them. I don't know. Like, I don't put on football jerseys and pretend to be black men. That's not amusing to me, so I don't know. People who make caricatures of other people, that's just fucking weird. Like, why don't you don't have enough hours in the day to just be yourself? There has to be something interesting about yourself where you would want to make some content about you just being you. Clearly not, though. Because a lot of you guys like watching, like, bullshit stereotype videos about black women. I don't understand for the life of me why it's entertaining, but it is. And I'm not judging you. Like what you like. Be you. I'm just saying, it's just a lot more about you than anyone else if you literally like watching a transgender man make videos about black women. That's fucking weird. And you're the person with the problem. But whatever. I just know for the life of me that there's like a need for space for like black women who just are like, I'm out here living in the world as it is. I'm not a Karen. I'm not a princess. I just have like a job. And I see society as it is, and it's not like working out really well. I feel bad because I have so much privilege, and I have to be the one telling the story. But fuck it, like there's no one else. Who are you gonna look to? The makeup phony bitches? Like, they're not gonna give you the real shit. Also, they as soon as they take off their makeup, they're so fucking busted. Like, you couldn't even get through a video looking at their faces. They're so ugly. So, I don't know. My friend Dev is so funny. He's like, because I told him, I was like, yeah, when I was younger, I was such a beautiful woman. And I was. When I was younger, I was a really pretty girl. Now I think I'm like an ugly hag, but. And he's like, well, if you're ugly, then I'm despicable. And I was like, that's hilarious. Love is really attractive. So. Man. However busted I find myself, it's very clear. There's still a need for me to like show up as this. The bar is so low, bro. The bar is so low. It's not in the gutter. Think of where we are in society, bro. Like, I'm literally just wearing French braids, which are a fucking female hairstyle. Well, because Travis Scott likes wearing black female hairstyles, I am now masculine. French braids on a black woman in 2020 are a masculine hairstyle. To anybody watching this in Africa, yes, they're all fags. I don't know what to tell you. Like, do not conform to American standards. This shit's crazy. There's like men in dresses and shit. But like I am masculine with French braids. What? I have like the most feminine face that you could possibly have. So I am masculine. This. What can you say?